Hey Transformers, Coach Joe here. Today our workout of the week, our challenge of the week is the 500-meter row test. So I'm just going to show you how to perform the row with proper technique here on the Concept 2 rowing machine. We're going to use this just about every day. So I want you to do it with great technique and great form so that you could really progress with it over the period of 6 weeks. And then we're going to test this again towards the end of the challenge and see how your improvement went. So first thing you need to do is adjust your foot straps, right? The foot straps adjust high or low depending on how big you are. I'm a bigger guy. I put them down usually 1 or 2 notches showing. For most of the females, for most of the guys that'll be okay. For most of the smaller females, I usually like 3 or 4 showing because your feet are smaller, so otherwise barely your toes are going to be strapped down. So you want to adjust those to fit the size of your feet and the size of your body. I'm going to strap my feet in nice and tight, and I want to really cinch down those straps and make sure they're extra tight because they're going to loosen up a tiny bit as you begin to row, because your feet are going to be pulling on them and they'll loosen up a touch. All right, so now when I set my 500-meter row, assuming that that's all set, I want to take the handle, and the first thing I want to do is make sure that my posture is good and my hand grip is in the appropriate spot. I see a lot of people grabbing the handles here too close together, and when they pull they get like this, right? Or they do this. No good. I want to make sure that my hand is towards the outside of the handlebar and that I can pull my elbows straight back and that the elbows, my forearms, are nearly parallel to each other. Okay? If they're too much like this, no good, or if they're too wide, no good either. So as close as you can. For me, that's about right where my pinky's just about hanging off the edge of the handlebar. And I'm going to begin my row, and by pushing with my legs and pulling and extending my body, right, and pulling the handlebar right below the sternum, right below the sternum here, and right below, just above my gut, to the top of my stomach. I'm going to reach in, and I'm going to pull and extend, reach in, pull and extend, reach in, pull and extend. And what I see a lot of times is people coming in with their hips before they reach max pull. So I start pulling, and it creates this inefficient motion where my hips are sliding underneath me as I'm still trying to pull the rope. Okay, so I want to push with my legs, pull with my arms and back as hard as I can, reach full extension, and then come back in for your next stroke. So I'll do a couple in a row with some real power. Okay, so that's how I reach full extension and pull with a lot of power and speed. Now the next thing is I want to make sure that I keep my posture upright and that I'm not slumping over the whole time, right? It's hard to row like this, right? And you can't really get a good breath hunched over. I want to make sure my rib cage is open, okay? I want to reach the handle. The handle, you see the chain? The chain should not dip and move and dip and move. It should be coming straight in and straight out. So as I move, right? Straight in, straight out. Very efficient, compact movement, not a lot of wasted energy. Make sure you're breathing. I'm exhaling. And I keep that air moving nice and smooth. 500 meters, the goal for this week, for most of you, is absolutely sub 3 minutes. That's a super easy standard. The standard here for the gym is 1.5 minutes for men and 1 minute and 50 seconds for women. Those are women and men who've been training for at least a year, can hit those standards, are in very good shape. So 3 minutes, sub 3 minutes for everybody. And then for those of you who have been training or are a little bit fitter, sub 2:30 would be a great time. If you hit anything around 2:15 or 2 minutes flat, that's a fantastic time especially for a week 1 of the challenge. You guys will really improve your times over the next 6 weeks. Great job.